This is tutorial number 73, and it covers how to use the envelope feature within SOLIDWORKS. Now, what an envelope does in SOLIDWORKS is it's a body or a shape that you've created as a part. You bring it into an assembly, and you're able to see if a part or a component or assembly that you've already made fits into a certain area. Now, you'd use this for, like an example would be if you have a suspension system and you have a limited area that you want the suspension system to be in and work within, you can create an envelope or an area for the suspension system to work in. Then you can put it with the assembly, and you can see physically if all the components are inside the envelope and if they're working in the confined area. Now in this tutorial, we're going to be using the circular assembly, which I've included on the DVD, and we're going to use a couple different envelopes to see how the parts interact and how they work with the envelope. Now to insert an envelope, click Insert, Envelope, and you can choose from New or from File. New is when you click that, you're going to be prompted to make a new part file, and you're going to be able to make your envelope. If you click from File, it's already from a shape that you've already made. We're going to do it from File. It's going to be on the DVD. So let's click from File, and let's click Envelope 2, click Open. Now just throw it anywhere, and the envelope is going to be see-through. It's going to be blue, and you're able to move it anywhere in the assembly. It's not restricted to anything. So right now, let's just keep it outside, and your envelope is going to be in two places. It's going to be here, and if you go to the Feature Manager, it's going to be here too. Now if you right-click on Envelope, click Select Using Envelope, you have a bunch of different features you're able to use. You can use Inside Envelope, Outside Envelope, or Crossing Envelope. So after when you click this, it's going to highlight the components that meet these requirements. So right now let's click Inside, click OK. Nothing's highlighted because nothing's inside of our envelope. Let's do it again. Let's do Outside of your envelope, click OK. Everything's highlighted because none of the parts are inside of the envelope. Let's do it again. Crossing Envelope, click OK. And again, nothing's highlighted because nothing is crossing, going in and out of the envelope. Now let's go on the side, and let's bring the envelope into the assembly so it's touching. Now, let's do all three of them again. So let's do what's inside the envelope, click OK. And right now, just the bolts are highlighted because they are the only components that are completely submerged in the envelope. Now if we do it again using outside the envelope, click OK. All the other bolts and nuts are highlighted because they're all outside of the envelope. Now let's do crossing envelope, click OK. And then the plate and these bolts are highlighted because they are going in and out of our envelope. Now let's delete this envelope, highlight it, and click Delete on your keyboard. And now let's bring in another one. Click Insert, Envelope, from File, click Envelope 5, click Open, and now we have another envelope. So let's throw it in. Let's look on the side, and let's try to get the whole thing. Covering the whole assembly. Make it look just like that. Have the bolt ends hanging out just a bit. Now let's go through some of these features again. Let's do ones that are inside. Click OK. And it's going to be the nuts and the plate. Ones that are outside, it's going to be nothing because everything is at least touching the envelope. Let's do crossing, and all the bolts are highlighted. Now using this, you're also able to hide and show features or components or assemblies. So let's click Show Hide, click Hide, and now using the criteria that we had before, any part that would have been highlighted in green is now going to be hidden from view. So let's click Crossing Envelope, and all the bolts will be hidden. Now all the bolts are gone. Click Control Z. Now let's do it again. Let's do it for outside the envelope. Click OK. And let's do it again for inside. And as you can see, using an envelope, we're able to see if our assembly or if our components completely fit in the desired area that we want. It's a very useful tool for such things as, say, a suspension system or anything where you have a limited space, limited area that you want to work with. It's a great tool to see if your theoretical, what you think is actually going to fit, if it's actually going to fit into the area, and if it's going to work fine. And that concludes our tutorial on how to use the envelope feature within SOLIDWORKS.